Let's read some outdated comments again.
Sortranian40 reads your comments.
Is there going to be a sequel to this, where he came back to camp? This comment came from the video, The Temple That Wanted to Evolve. You know, you're actually not the first to ask if there's going to be a part 2 or sequel to The Temple That Wants to Evolve. I wasn't originally thinking there was going to be a part 2 or a sequel to the original video, but right now, after seeing several comments, I just thought I might make a part 2, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that at the moment. From the intro, I can tell you're happier this time around. Good to see you smile for a change. Oh, is it because you got Shield? No, it's just that I kind of get nervous when I record myself. But if I'm being recorded for some sort of project or movie or anything, I would get less nervous for that. But yes, I was excited that I got Pokemon Shield. Thanks to all those online max raids, I got a lot of shinies. One of the first shinies I got was actually not in a max raid battle, it was just in a regular random encounter. The first one I got was Galvantula. And it's kind of hard to tell if it's shiny or not, only because they only did a bit of recoloring on it. One of the shinies I really want, it would have to be Incineroar and maybe even Lycanroc, only because it kind of looks like Tiger the Wind from Monster Rancher. Well, especially the dust form, but it's impossible to get the dust form. Oh, wait, I mean, there's probably a possibility, but I don't know a single possibility to do that. I don't know a single method. I really love this channel, but sadly YouTube will possibly take down this channel if it has no ads, along with the rest of us. Yeah, like I said earlier, some of these comments are a bit outdated. I think it's more likely that my second channel will get terminated if I send too much fair use claims on any of the Hold on. What? Okay, that was random. Anyway, I'm pretty sure my second channel would most likely get terminated if I send too much fair use claims on if Pokemon talk videos are longer than 30 seconds. But I'm more concerned about my main channel since I have ads on there. But this is kind of old news because I've just read it today. Like I said, I'm gonna read some outdated comments. Who is your favorite Sword Art Online character and why? Yeah, I kind of hate to say this, but I actually don't watch Sword Art Online and I have no interest in it. I mean, Sword Art Online is just not for me. It's just not my type. Charizard spoke? What the f? LOL, English dubs are dumb as hell. Did I read that comment already? I think I probably did. Who the hell are you? I never even subbed to you yet. Well, now's your chance. You sound stupid. And you type stupid.
Boom. Roasted.
I wish the beginning went like this. Actually, shut the f up. I'll f you up if you keep crying. I'd never make Pikachu say that. Tiles sound like boys. Okay. This person commented on a video where all the Pokemon in that video were male, but some of them might have been confirmed male in the English dub, or in some way just referred to as male, even if its gender is unknown. I want to tell you that a lot of the new Galar Pokemon feel more American than British, and they should be in the New York region, Unova, than most of the actual Unova decks. P.S. You actually read my comments, sorry about that, it's been updated. This is gonna be outdated because I just read it right now. I think I probably read that before as well. Stop. Mimikyu voice is not right for him. Judging from that comment, you could say the same about the anime voices, because I tell you, they sound nothing like the cries. Crocodile and Falligator voice are different. I don't know, they look like... How can they look like anything judging by their voice? I think you meant the differences on how they sound. Well, I can try an example right now.
Well, when I'm doing Crocodile's voice, it's way down here, and I mix it with a New York in there. But then with Alligator, I haven't done his voice all that much, but I would say his voice is kind of similar to my Ludicolo voice, except more tough sounding and a bit lower as well. And just because it's a really big Pokemon, I don't really make his voice all that deep. I just keep it on a mature level of the voice.
Oh yes, you move while you voice the characters? On camera I do, but when doing the voices on the mic, not so much. I try to keep my head in place and make sure there's not too much movement going on, otherwise the mic will detect it. You did Sylveon's voice, and she is a girl, and I think you did a great job. I'm surprised that I did a good job, although I actually pitched up my voice for that. To be honest, I had a difficult time voicing that Pokemon, and of course I won't voice that Pokemon again. Oh wait, I will. I will voice the male version of that Pokemon. Because I did mention in a previous video that the evolutions I will continue to voice are Jolteon before Generation 4, Flareon, Sylveon, and Espeon, and Gladian's Umbreon as well. Nice work. I can really tell the differences between the three. They sound super cool together. I can't remember specifically where that comment came from, but I think that was when I was doing the Galar starter voices, and plus I'm able to make a bunch of voices sound different, but some of them may sound a slight bit similar in a way. One drastic difference of if Pokemon talk voices I do would have to be Pikachu and Incineroar.
Here I am! Hi, I'm Pikachu!
After this is over, you'll see that I'm better!
This made me spit on my drink in the restaurant and run out of the street because it was so cringy. Why did you watch videos on your phone while you're at a restaurant. I mean, I've seen some people do that, even I do it sometimes, but still, this comment itself makes me cringe too. The voice just isn't fitting. And this person's talking about my Sylveon voice, and I agree, because I'm more suited for the male voice. It's kind of hard for you to just sit still, Decidueye. Okay, I think I almost made you fall right there as well. Is Axadrill Axway's evolution? I never heard of this Pokemon. Cutiefly equals Elmo. What's with the Elmo comparisons? Don't Digimon Pokemon, can't help it. I don't care, just play Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I enjoy it. Despite the lack of Pokemon and some people just still tweeting out Game Freak Live and stuff, some of that. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy this game a lot. And I'm actually excited that the DLC is coming out now, and I watched the teaser of it, and wow, it just feels like a different game now at some parts. Also, even if these Pokemon are not my favorite Pokemon, I'm actually glad that the Lycanroc line actually made it in, because there's some of the Pokemon that I actually enjoy doing the voice of. I'm also glad that I got a shiny Gigantamax Gengar. I haven't used it all that much in battle, but I'm still glad I got it. Pikachu sounds like Toad, what the f***? He doesn't sound anything like Toad unless you're referring to that scream I did. One day, someone's gonna come up with something better than YouTube, where this bullshit won't happen. I can't wait. Well, the thing is, I'm still here, still on YouTube, trying to keep my account safe the best I can. And I think this comment was back when the whole COPPA thing was a huge problem. It's still being heavily disagreed by many people, and I'm just going with it right now. And I'm trying my best to keep my content on a mixed audience level for the videos on my main channel. If it has no cuss words or anything like that, that's the tough thing for me, or anything with cartoon violence. Somehow Tapu Leles remind me of Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter. I can't unsee it now. How do you know what they say? I don't know, I guess. I kinda just think of the first thing that comes up in my head, but half the time it doesn't work, so I just have a few moments where I just think of something else. OMG, how did you find interesting Pokemon episodes? Some of them were just requested, and you probably haven't seen some newer episodes. There are actually a lot of Pokemon interactions in like the newer episodes I've seen. Like a bunch of Pokemon hang out in a water park. Pikachu sounds like Mickey Mouse. Okay, my Pikachu voice sounds like none of these characters. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Maybe a lack of dialogue made you think that? Hawlucha sounds like Dora the Explorer because they both speak Spanish. No, Hawlucha just says stuff in Spanish. He doesn't sound anything like Dora the Explorer. Speaking of, I wonder what Hawlucha would sound like if he said stuff that Dora would say. What I'm saying is I should do is saying stuff in her Pokemon Talk voices where Hawlucha says the stuff that Dora says. I mean, dub over a clip and use it in my Pokemon Talk Hawlucha voice. I don't know which saying stuff in her Pokemon Talk voices I'll do it in, but it'll happen. Why the f do snakes have long S sounds in their words? I don't know, it's a long origin when it comes to cartoons and stuff and voice acting. I have an Eternatus in Sword. I named him Saturn Belly. I was saying that because he has this glowing core inside of him, and I see ribs surrounding the core. That's the closest thing I could think of for Saturn and Eternatus, but I'm not good at rating nicknames, but I think it's somewhat creative. I've seen some pretty silly names on Zamazenta and Sashkin, though. Caterpie sounds a lot like Blue from If Jurassic World Dinosaurs Could Talk, I swear. I actually remember seeing that video. And I actually never thought of that, but it kinda does. I always thought Lycanroc Dust was a girl. Well, it can be. Olivia's Lycanroc in Pokemon Masters is female, confirmed by story. But I think you were looking at Gladian's Lycanroc, and it was male. I think it was male, although it probably wasn't confirmed. I'll check. It says here, according to Bulbapedia, it says that Gladian's Lycanroc is confirmed unknown gender. Although I would have thought male because it has a male voice coming from there. But there's some Pokemon that kind of stuck with their male voice even if it's female, like Garchomp and Krogunk. Do Pokemon versus Digimon Death Battle. I'm probably not going to do that. I know you guys are already hyped up for that, but I'm not sure if I'm ever going to do that because from another video on the internet, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to do it. The flock of Magnemite are going to watch YouTube Rewind. Dang! Your Magnemite's fainted. It must have watched the worst one. And I actually reached the end of these comments. That was pretty fast. You know, just to end these videos, I did promise I was going to mention my favorite movies. But on top of that, I'm also going to mention my favorite TV shows as well. So my favorite movies are, I did mention this before, but Kill Bill. I just love the action, the fight scenes and everything in that. And Charlie's Angels, the 2000 Charlie's Angels. Because it was one of those movies that brings some early 2000s nostalgia in there. I haven't got very much in the early 2000s, but because I was like very little back then. But also a few Disney movies like Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, and The Jungle Book. Oh yeah, and speaking of, I made a list on my favorite Disney movies. I might end up updating it because I just made this at the last minute. But here's what I got. Fantasia 2000. That's one of the first Disney movies that comes up sometimes when I just think of the year 1999 or 2000. Wreck-It Ralph. It brings back my love for video games back in my teen years. I still play video games a bit, but I mostly like to focus on my videos because some of them just take long. Mulan. This eventually became a movie I enjoy a lot as well. I'm talking about the one from 1998. I'm still into action-adventure movies, but this is one that I also enjoy a lot. Beauty and the Beast. What's not to love about that movie? And plus, I did somewhat enjoy the remake as well, but the best part for me would have to be the song Evermore, although there was some other stuff that I also liked a lot about that movie as well. Dang it, Decidueye, Utopia. I just forgot about that movie for a second, and I should put this out because this movie was actually one of the best movies we had in a while. Because this movie was actually creative and everything, and had a bit of dark themes in there as well. Lion King, one of the movies I saw a lot as a child. Technically, I still own it on VHS to this day, but I also have it on the Blu-ray. The Little Mermaid. Well, this eventually got higher only because it's mostly been the music I enjoyed in that movie. The song I like the most in the movie would have to be Part of Your World, but Under the Sea is like a close second. I actually put The Jungle Book on here. I started to like that movie more in recent years. I can't even tell because I was hyped up for the 2016 remake or I just started to like it in a way. Oh, plus, here's a few quick facts from this movie that inspired me for some of my content. I haven't really done this voice on a Pokemon Talk video yet, but my voice I planned for Kaparaja. I inspired off Colonel Happy's voice. Well, not completely, but a mix of that and some other voice. And I sort of based Guma's face off of Baloo from the Jungle Book. Although instead of being a sloth bear, which is apparently what he is, I made him a Kodiak bear. He also has a bigger jaw and wears clothes. And they sound nothing alike. I've mentioned this before, but Aladdin. I just love everything about that movie, even if I've seen it less than The Lion King. I also own that on the VHS as well, but I don't have the Blu-ray on it though. But at least I get to watch it several times on Disney+. And now that we're off the movies, I'm just gonna move on to my favorite TV shows. One of them, even though I've only seen like the first season and some other episodes of the show Merlin, the BBC series. I don't know if they were showed in the US, but I know they aired it here in Canada though. I end up missing several episodes. And plus, I'm having thoughts of rewatching that series again. DuckTales, the 2017 series. I binge watched it a few months ago just because I was excited for the third season and there's so much they were gonna feature there. I mean, oh my gosh, there was like so much going on. They're even including characters that weren't even in the DuckTales series originally. Oh yeah, and the second season was awesome. Third season so far, also awesome. First season was a good start, but it actually got pretty awesome later on as well. I mean, I've only seen like a few episodes of these series, but I want to see more of it. It's a good thing they have it on Disney+, but anyway, Darkwing Duck and Tailspin. One of the shows I said I would watch first on Disney+, but I ended up watching the DuckTales series only because the third season was coming. And I bet you thought this because I was wearing this outfit for Halloween last year, but Mama, here's a pure heart. This show just really got to my attention. I'm gonna go through a bit of anime here, Dragon Ball Z, and also the Pokemon anime. I also like Dragon Ball even though I haven't seen it as much as Dragon Ball Z. I sure wish I saw Dragon Ball Super, but I'm totally behind on it and I still haven't seen the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. Also, I'm pretty sure if I watched Dragon Ball Super, I would put it on this list as well. The Pokemon anime. I've actually watched it since the late Johto seasons. Plus, when I was a kid, I got into Pokemon a little late. I mean, much later than my classmates back then. And I think one other reason why I've gotten to the Pokemon anime is also because I made a Pokemon Talk To thing. I also enjoy comedy shows like Friends, Parks and Recreation, Saturday Night Live, and also this is a show I wish I would just rewatch some of the old episodes, even though I only rewatched a couple of them in the last couple years, but all that. I also claim this is one of my favorite cartoons of all time, but I haven't seen much of it back then and I've got to rewatch it sometime. But Animaniacs. This is mainly because I was excited to watch Tailspin and Darkwing Duck, maybe, and the new DuckTales. And also, one anime I forgot to mention that would also have to be my favorite would have to be Let's Go. At first I just watched it randomly just see how weird it was, but man did I enjoy it. It's cute and hilarious. There's just so much about it. And so that's all I can show you. I'm glad you enjoyed this video, even though there hasn't been all that much to show, but I had a lot to share though. Also, not to mention that some of these comments were outdated, but the problem is the next few comments I'm gonna read in the next few videos are also gonna be outdated, so prepare yourself for this. I'll see you on the next video. Be seeing ya.
Sorceranian 40. Game!